Brent, are you ready? Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Arts and Athletic Awards Assembly for 2020-2021 school year. We're going to start off our program today. Caitlin Burns will be speaking for Mrs. Grin and be presenting some art awards and some acknowledgments.
Good morning. My name is Caitlin Burns, and I will be announcing the Senior Art Merit nominees. During the past 2 years of COVID, these students persevered through online learning and Art DoorDash to create award-winning work. This spring, we have a Laurel first with Vanessa Dix winning first place at the Lawrence County Art Show held at Confluence and sponsored by the Hoyt Foundation. Vanessa won a $500 cash prize. We also had 3 other merit winners, including junior Mitch Miles, seniors Nora Carrasco, and Redman. Each of these 3 students won $50 in cash prize. Their artwork will be displayed until June 2nd at the Confluence. We are recognizing the following seniors who have had at least 4 art electives, including 1 semester of their senior year. First is Vanessa Dix, who had 11 art electives. She has been accepted to the Cleveland Institution of Art. Vanessa was also a member of the Theater Arts Club, participating in every musical since the 7th grade. Next is Andrea Gardaki, who had 8 art electives. Her future plans include fashion design. Nora Carrasco is next to be recognized with 10 art electives. She has been accepted to Youngstown State University to major in art education and photography. Nora Carrasco was active in the theater program at Laurel, involved in 5 total musicals. Bobby Pistano, can you please come up to the stage to receive your shadow box? Bobby has had 4 art electives and has been involved with the Theater Arts program as an actor or usher in our shows. Redman is the last senior to be recognized this morning. Sean has taken 6 art electives and has been in every musical. Woo! All art students in grades 9 through 12 voted on the Portfolio Award. The qualities considered were if they were productive in the art room, willing to help others, attendance, community service using their art skills, and quality of art produced in the art room. The winner of this year's Portfolio Award is Vanessa Dix. Congratulations, Vanessa. Good luck to all seniors, and a thank you from the art department.
Thank you, Caitlin. Once again, good morning and welcome to the athletic portion of this morning's assembly. We're here to recognize our student athletes who have received or are receiving special recognition this year. First, I'd like to thank Athletic Director Ken Locke, the administration, school board teachers, support staff, coaches, and lastly, our student athletes and their families. Especially this year, your understanding, patience, and cooperation has been greatly appreciated. Some of the letters, pins, and certificates have already been passed out. Others will be receiving them today along with our special awards. When you're receiving a special award and we call you up on stage, if you'll just come up in front of this table, then we'll give you your award. We're going to start our program off this morning with our cheerleading coach, Jen Hordisky.
year's cheer season. With 12 new girls on the team, as well as COVID, we knew this year would be an uphill battle. Although it was certainly abbreviated and very different from our normal season, we were able to accomplish many of our goals. Perfecting our spinning skills, completing back handspring inversions, and an elite pyramid are a few that come to mind. At the few competitions we were able to attend as a team, we held our own, and although the Whitfield Championship didn't end as we hoped, we were grateful to have the opportunity to perform together as a team in front of an audience. If this season has taught us anything for all of our athletes, it is to be thankful for every moment, big or small. Outside of the competition area, we were excited to support our football and our basketball teams, and proud that despite the pandemic, we were able to host our annual Pink Out and donate $1,000 to the Willoughby family. There are a few individual awards that I'd like to mention, and we give out every year. These awards were presented and handed out at our annual cheer banquet that took place last month. Our team members vote on the most improved cheerleader through the year and most valuable cheerleader. This year's most improved was Claire Doherty, and this year's most valuable was Lexi Elliott. The coaches also choose one girl each year to receive the Spartan Spirit Award. This award goes to an individual who embodies everything it means to be a Laurel cheerleader. This year's Spartan Spirit winner was Mariah McBride. To our seniors, Jenna Conan, Lexi Elliott, and Olivia Kaminsky, thank you for your talent, endless dedication, and leadership this season. Each one of you brought something so unique and different to our team dynamics. Your coaches, squad, and this program will miss you on the track and on the mat next season. Best of luck to all of the other athletes as well. Next, I would like to introduce Coach Ullman to talk about football.
Good morning. I'm here to speak on behalf of Coach Cooper to recognize the special performances of the football team this season. The Laurel varsity football team had a great year, finishing second in the Whitfield to champion Beaver Falls. Second in the section to Whitfield champion Beaver Falls. The Spartans were led by a tremendous ground attack and a hard-nosed defense. With the tough conference of the MAC, every week was a battle where a lot of the games were not decided until the final moments. The playoffs were no different as we lost to eventual Whitfield runner-up Stowe Rocks in the last 4 minutes of the game. The 2020 Laurel varsity football team will be remembered for its ability to overcome adversity and for how they responded or represented our school and our community. They were true Spartans in every sense of the word. Individual efforts that received accommodations this year. Mitch Miles had a dominating year on both sides of the ball. For his efforts, he was named the MVP Defensive Player of the Year in the MAC, where he was also named unanimous first-team offensive line and first-team defensive line. Mitch was also a finalist for the Bill Fralick Award that goes to the most dominant lineman at the Whitfield, as he is the AA representative. Mitch also was named first-team All-State offensive lineman last year. Luke McCoy also received unanimous first-team selections for offense as a running back and defense as a middle linebacker. Luke rushed for over 1,000 yards in only 8 games and broke 1,000 yards for the second time in his career. Our other first-team honor went to Rylan Collier for his offensive line play. Second-team honors went to Cam Calderero for defensive end, Michael Pasquarello as a defensive back. And also, not to diminish the efforts of the young men, the JV football team this year also went undefeated for the second consecutive season. With 6 starters on offense and 7 starters on defense returning, and a great group of JV players coming up, the football team looks to be very competitive in the upcoming season. And I would now like to pass things off to Coach Abbott for volleyball.
Good morning. My name is Jim Agus, and I am coach, first-year coach actually, of the girls volleyball team. We started out the year a little bit slow. We actually started out 1 and 2, which was a little bit of a surprise, but we finished strong, finished with a record of 10 and 1. Now, I look at 2 of those losses were against the WPIL runner-up Elwood City. So we were able to actually kind of put it together and put it together, and we did a pretty decent job at coming together as a team. I would like to recognize the athletes that made the first team, all section team. And the first one would be Reagan Atkins. And the second one is Mackenzie Miles. The second team all section would be Reese Bintrim and Josie Fortuna. And the third team all section made the team was Jonah Hill. Now, that being said, it was kind of a challenging year. We had a new coach, obviously, new philosophy, new style, everything, and then obviously with the COVID situation, it was a challenging year for everybody. But the two awards I'd like to talk about is first of all, the most improved player. And, I kind of thought about this when, I was told I had to pick somebody for most improved. And in my opinion, that's kind of tough to do because obviously I wasn't here, the year before. So that being said, I kind of looked at all the athletes on the team, and I looked from the beginning of the year till the end of the year, and to me, this is kind of comeback player of the year. Maybe an athlete that started out maybe a little bit disappointed on what her role was, but she was able to work really hard and keep bringing the rest of the team up. I was really amazed at the character of this young lady, that she was able to do what she did, because coming in, I think she thought there was going to be a certain role for her, and it wasn't, and it wasn't there then, but she stayed the course. She worked hard, and by the end of the year, she was right up there where she should have been. And that being said, I want to announce that player is Lucia Lombardo. The second award goes to it's a serving award, and this young lady was super impressive. Started from game one. She averaged throughout the year 5.5 aces per game. Now, put that in perspective. With a full year, normally we would have 22 competitions. Okay, so 22 competitions, that comes out to 121 aces for the year. Now, I'm looking at the school record. I happen to look at it down there, and believe it or not, the school record's 122. Okay, that being said, think about how close this young lady was. Now, I also dug back into the record books, and you have to realize back in 2000, when that record was broken, they played 2 more competitions. Okay? So, what they've done is they've condensed the schedule a little bit. So, you put Reagan on that pace, and I'm sorry, I just mentioned who it was, but you put the girl on the pace of 24 competitions as of back in 2000. In the year 2000, she would have had 133 total aces, which obviously would have broke the record. But that being said, since I've already messed it up, I'd like to say congratulations, Reagan Atkins.
Okay, I'm here today to speak for Coach Lawhead about cross country. The 2020 cross country season was a great season for us. It was a season with a lot of questions. He was unsure at the beginning whether they were going to have a good season or not, and they ended up having a season, and a great one at that. They had a lot of PRs this season, with not a lot of cross-country invitationals to go to due to the restrictions. In 8th grader Alyssa Sherman on the junior high 7th and 8th grade team was the Tri-County Championship, if you want to mention that. The varsity boys finished 7-4, and the varsity girls finished 6-5. With everything that was accomplished this season, Coach Lawhead would like to thank the coaching staff and his 4 varsity captains, Jenna Cohen, Shanna Saunders, Andrew Dockery, and Justin Johns. He said this season would not have been possible without their leadership. And the 2 awards that Coach Lawhead is giving out today is for the most valuable female runner and most valuable male runner. Most valuable female runner, if you come up on stage, is Shannon Saunders. And most valuable male runner is Justin Johns. Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Coach Skirvitz and varsity golf.
Good morning, I'm Coach Skirvitz representing Laurel Golf. Returning 4 starters in the fall, we knew we could be competitive, challenge for a playoff spot, and move a couple guys into the Whitfield individual finals. We started off the season with a blazing 6-1 start, moving into a tie for first place. With the season delayed by COVID and a bunch of matches moved around, 3 of our last 4 matches were against section contenders Shenango, Elwood, and Neshannock, all really good golf teams. We needed to go 3-1 to make the playoffs. Unfortunately, we finished that stretch 2-2, missed the playoffs by 1 match, and finished in 3rd place with an 8-4 record. That was an emotionally tough blow for our guys, as one of our top players was quarantined for the last match, making it very tough to be competitive. At the Whitfield sectional qualifiers in September, our younger Spartans gained some experience, while Sam Haswell put up a great score at Stonecrest Golf Course to advance to the Whitfield finals. Although Sam did not qualify for the state finals, it was a great day and an honor to compete with the best AA golfers in the Whips. The 2020 season was one of unusual circumstances, but this team exceeded expectations and produced one of Laurel's best seasons. I will miss my seniors and look forward to this summer as we get ready for another campaign in the fall of 2021. I have one award to give away today, and that is Low Medalist. Low Medalist is given to the golfer with the lowest match average during the season. This year, with an average of 41.7, the Low Medalist goes to our team leader, Sam Haswell. Thank you, and I'll turn the program over to Coach Locke to review girls basketball for Coach Stebbins.
All right, girls basketball from Coach Stebbins. It was a great year for the girls team, going 18-3 overall, advancing to the WPIL semifinals for the 3rd straight year before losing to North Catholic. The girls broke 2 records this season. Reagan Atkins' free throw percentage at 83.1%, and Reese Fincham had 59 blocks this year, which was also his full record. There were 2 individual awards given out today for girls basketball. The first is the free throw shooting award. This award, obviously, since it was a school record, goes to Reagan Atkins, 83.1%. The second girls basketball award is the Kathy Crow Memorial. This girl was instrumental in our team's success, being our team leader. She put the team over herself and stepped up big as our team captain. The Kathy Crow Memorial Award goes to Lucia Lombardo. now I'll turn it over to myself for boys basketball. The boys basketball team had a great year. The first time in 40 years that they qualified for the quarterfinals, losing to Owl football. 5 seniors, Bobby Dix, Landon Esposito, Marcus Haswell, Sam Haswell, and Ethan Howe led the way. We had one first team all-section, and that was Marcus Haswell, and 2, Marcus Haswell and Sam Haswell finished with over 1,100 points, becoming the 11th and 12th Laurel Spartan of all time to reach over 1,000. Today we have 2 awards. The first award is the free throw shooting award. This award goes to the player that compiles the highest free throw percentage, and 65 for 79, 82.3%. That's the same as ratings. So 82.3%, both boys and girls. Marcus Haswell. And the second award is the Thomas Barnes Award. The Thomas Barnes Award goes to the senior basketball player who most closely manifests Tom's outstanding characteristics of sportsmanship, leadership, and ability. Sometimes leaders aren't always the loudest and most outspoken, but done in action. This year's winner goes above and beyond on the court, in the classroom, never complains when things are not going their way. Is one of the hardest workers day in and day out. No grade will do great things in the future. This year's award winner is BD3 Robert.
Yeah!
And now back to Mrs. Heights for wrestling.
Pretty good at this, lowering this microphone. Okay, the wrestling team finished the season with a 13-4 record, finishing 5-0 in their section matches. They had 5 WPIA qualifiers in Colin Bartley, Chase Tinsman, Grant McKay, Mitch Miles, and Charles Scrap. 2 WPIL champions this year were Mitch Miles and Grant McKay. The team finished 5th in the PIAA Southwest Regional Tournament, with Mitch Miles taking 3rd and Grant McKay taking 1st. The Pennsylvania girls state medalists, we had a girls team this year, which is a first for Laurel. The Pennsylvania girls state medalist, Alexa Bruja, 2nd in the state, Abby Miles, 3rd in the state, and Natalie Alfera, 4th in the state. I do have 2 awards, or 1 award to call up, and that is Grant McKay for the most valuable wrestler. This year's most improved wrestler goes to Charles Krepp, and he is a student at New Wilmington, and we will see that he does receive his award. Also, we have 2 school records broken that we will have certificates for at a later date. Most season wins goes to Grant McKay with 40, and most wins in school history goes to Mitch Miles with 126. And gentlemen, we will get you those certificates next week. At this time, is Mr. Holtzhauser here yet? Okay. Well, we'll go with softball. Coach Holtzhauser will be down in a couple minutes, but for softball, I'll also be speaking for Coach Duddy, and he just wanted you to know that he regrets not being able to be here today. This is the first time he's ever missed an assembly. He's always here. We do want to wish the girls good luck today in their playoff game, and the 2021 Spartans began the season with just 3 returning starters from the 2019 WPIL championship team. With essentially 7 first-year players in the starting lineup, we set out to defend the title that we have held for 1,089 days as of today. The season started pretty well with a 4-3 win over Avonworth, who played both offensively and defensively very well and got solid pitching from Grace Kissick and Autumn Boyd. It was a great win and a great start for our young squad. The same cannot be said for our second game at Shenango. Despite an outstanding 3-hit, 13 strikeout pitching performance from Autumn, we lost that game 4-0. We managed just 3 hits and committed an unsurmountable 5 errors in the field. As painful as it was, this loss certainly woke us up. Since that loss to Shenango, the team has reeled off 13 straight wins. Along the way, we have seen some amazing softball. Some of the season highlights: on 4/16, Addie Deal pitched a perfect game in her first varsity appearance against New Brighton. She faced a minimum of 9 batters and struck out 4. The offense pounded out 18 hits in 3-inning contest. On 4/17, the very next day, Grace Kissick threw a perfect game against Freedom. She faced 9 batters and struck out all 9. The offense banged out 14 hits in 3-inning game, including 4 home runs. Addie Deal, Frankie Daddy, Kaylee Withrow, and Abby Miles each went the yard to help preserve the victory. On 4/30, Addie Deal threw her second no-hitter of the season against Freedom. She had 7 strikeouts in this game. This time, the offense tallied 19 hits and again slugged 4 home runs by Georgia Jellerman, Grace Kissick, Addie Deal, and Frankie Duddy. On 5/6, with a 7-0 win at Neshannock, the Spartans earned their first ever outright section championship. We had split the championship in 2019, but this time it was all ours. We qualified for the WPIL playoffs and were rewarded with a number 2 seed. The team has first round playoff game last Wednesday against Steel Valley. We won 7-2 behind a strong pitching performance by Autumn Boyd and some big offense from seniors Kaylee Withrow and Frankie Duddy. Our quarterfinal game is today at 3 o'clock against Burgestown at North Allegheny High School. Okay, I do have one award to present, and that is our batting championship, and I do not have the numbers yet for that because they are still playing, but our batting champion this year is Grace Kissick. Now I'd like to turn the program over to Coach Holzhauser for boys varsity baseball.
On behalf of the Laurel varsity baseball team, I'd like to thank the Laurel administration, our athletic directors, and Mr. Novad and his staff. As many coaches say, practice and play your hardest because you may never know when it will be your last. This year's team took that to heart after not being able to play the spring season of 2020. This year's team approached the season with a great intensity and enthusiasm. It was a pleasure to be around teaching and coaching all these young student athletes. The varsity team finished second place in section play. Overall, their hard work earned them a 5 seed entering the playoffs. In the first round, Laurel defeated Beth Center 8-0, advancing them to the second round. Last Friday, the boys fell short and lost to Sarah Catholic. This team should be very proud of their accomplishments. It was a great season with many highlights. This year's team had 5 seniors: Rylan Collier, Landon Esposito, Justin Feld, Robert Kerr, Jamie McVicker. It was a joy and pleasure to share the classroom and field together. At this time, I'd like to recognize Robert Kerr as the batting champ for the 2021 baseball season. Congratulations. Robert batted .391. His OPS on base plus slugging was 1.244. For the season, he had 25 hits, 18 RBIs, and 4 home runs. Congratulations, Robert, on an outstanding Laurel career. Best of luck at Slippery Rock.
At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Coach Allman, and he's going to do boys and girls varsity track.
First of all, I would like to extend a huge thank you to both Ken Locke and Lori Heights for all of their assistance through all of the sports I've worked with this year. Between all of the ever-changing schedule, the expectations, one school versus another, and everything else they had to wade through, I need to extend a huge thank you on behalf of all coaches to both Ken Locke and Lori Heights. I'll start with the girls track team. We performed well in a tough section, with the top two from our section finishing first and second in the Whitfield team championships. We had great senior leadership, and with that, we still have our top 5 points winners from last season returning for next year. So we are looking forward to a great year as well. I'd now like to draw your attention to our 100-point award winners for this season, and if those people would please come up to the stage to receive their award. Shannon Saunders. Savannah Hinkle. Jenna Conan. Mia Lombardo. Nevada Pacifico. Ava Conti. Madeline Harding. And our points leader for the season, Josie Fortuna, with 260.8 points. In addition to that, 2 of these ladies finished their seasons at the Whitfield Championship meet, with Maddie Harding placing 6th in pole vault and Josie Fortuna placing 6th in the high jump. Our season award winners for this season, our co-track MVPs, were Ava Conti and Shannon Saunders. Our field MVP was Josie Fortuna. Our dual performer, earning points in both track and field events, Mia Lombardo. And a new one for us, just because of her efforts and what she was able to do on the track, Rookie of the Year, Mackenzie Milliken. Thank you, ladies. And now to the boys team on behalf of Coach Cooper. The Laurel Spartan track team had a great season, finishing 3rd behind eventual Whitfield champion and runner-up in the section. They represented the school well and proved their program on the rise. We were led by our dominance in the field with big performances by Mitch Miles, Jamie McVicker, Andrew Blank, Brady Cooper, and Ryan DiMuccio. On the track, Bobby Dix, Andrew Doherty, Landon Esposito, Kurt Lambright, and Justin Johns were our top performers. Many young athletes contributed to the program, and the future looks bright for the Spartans. The boys' 100% point winners were Andrew Blank, Bobby Dix, Justin Johns, Aiden Collins, Chase Tinsman, Brady Cooper, Andrew Doherty, Kurt Lambright, Mitch Miles, and Jamie McVicker, the points leader for the boys with 271 points. The boys' season's award winners were track MVP, Andrew Doherty.
Andrew Doherty. Another one for you.
Field MVP, we had co-MVPs between Mitch Miles and Jamie McVicker. Track Rookie of the Year, Kurt Lambright. And Field Rookie of the Year, Brady Cooper. 5 of these young men competed at the WPIAL Championship meet last week. Brady Cooper competing in both pole vault and discus, Ryan DiMuccio competing in javelin, Andrew Blank who placed 7th in shot put, Jamie McVicker placing 2nd in pole vault, and Mitch Miles, WPIAL champion in shot put and runner-up in discus. Jamie and Mitch's performances at the Whitfield meet offer them the opportunity to participate in the PIAA championship meet on Friday at Shippensburg University. Both of these men are not only at the top of the WPIAL performances this year, but they are also both only inches away from school records in all of their events. So good luck to both of you on Friday. I'll pass the podium back off to Mrs. Heights.
This is the last portion of our program. These are the special awards. The first special award, and this young man is not here today, he will receive his award tomorrow during the academic assembly. The MAC Athletic Conference annually recognizes an athlete from each school in the MAC Conference, and this year our MAC student athlete for the 2021 school year is Anthony Conte. Another special award is the Laurel Scholar Athlete Award plaque that goes to the senior athlete that has earned 2 varsity letters this school year and has the highest GPA of all the senior athletes. He is also not here today. This is due to the calculus test is today. And he will receive this award tomorrow at the academic assembly as well. This year, Laurel is proud to name senior Caden Richards as our 2020-21 Scholar Athlete. Okay, last but not least. This is the 3-Sport Letterman's Club Award. This is the 21st year that Laurel has given this award, and it goes to any varsity athlete who letters in 3 or more varsity sports during the same school year. It shows a total commitment to their desire to compete at the varsity level. Each of those athletes who received this award was able to balance participation in at least 3 sports and also find time for academics. This year, we have 4 seniors, and as I call your name, if you could come up. First, we have Landon Esposito, and he is a 4-sport letter winner in football, basketball, baseball, and track. Next, we have Jenna Cohen, who will receive her award at the academic assembly tomorrow, and she lettered in cross-country, cheerleading, and track. Third senior is Jamie McVicker. He lettered in football, baseball, and track. And senior Mitch Miles, football, wrestling, and track. Next, we have 4 sophomores. Also, I did mention Jenna Cohen. She'll get hers tomorrow. We do have 4 sophomores who received this award, and due to the fact that last spring we had no sports, they didn't have the opportunity as 9th graders to receive this award. So this is their first year of eligibility. First, we have Brady Cooper, football, wrestling, and track. Second is Ryan DiMuccio, football, wrestling, and track. Josie Fortuna, volleyball, basketball, and track. And Chase Tinsman, football, wrestling, and track. Thank you for your patience. I know this has been a really tough year. Those of you that are not seniors, one important announcement. We will be starting fall sports signups in my room today. Your physical packets are available, and there is a sign-up sheet where we need your name and your phone number. We need to make sure you receive a packet. They'll be available all week through Friday, and on the forms, it does give you the dates of the physicals that are already set up for, I believe, next week. We're trying to do something a little different this year, and we have part of it highlighted for you, but if you just will circle every sport you think you're going to do this year, next year. and have your parents sign all of those little blocks where we have it highlighted in one section. They are not gonna have to redo this every time we play a sport. Yay, Landon, right? We're trying to streamline a little bit the paperwork for next year, so we're trying to have some of the paperwork done ahead of time. But in conclusion, I'd like to thank all the student athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication. Without you, the sports program at Laurel would not exist at this time. I guess you guys can return to class. Thank you.